No way, really? I realized it was Michael Bolton, and my valves let loose. Boy, it's like he's trying to play heavy metal now or something. He could probably make any kind of music suck. Yeah, it's like he's probably gonna do gangster rap next. Probably like, dropping plates on your ass, biatch. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. So James and I are sitting here. We feel kind of bad. We feel very bad for how we treated a pretty decent band, Disturbed. And we're here to make it up to them. James, do you feel bad?
No, I generally don't feel bad about the things I do in life.
Yeah, you know why you don't feel bad? Because that song fucking sucked. Any of you that watch Droppin Plates, holy crap, I'm sorry. And any of you who hasn't, watch that shit so you know what we feel like. Just fuck that song. But like we said,
I will say this. We were very harsh on that. I think that the harshness was warranted, but almost immediately after filming it, we almost felt a duty, a sense of obligation to be like, look, Disturbed is a pretty good band. That just happened to be a really bad song of theirs. So we wanted to pick something that we thought, would maybe be a little bit more representative of Disturbed, and something to show that we do enjoy their music, or at least I do. And this will be one that'll be a little bit of a role reversal. Usually Justin's introducing me to new songs. This will be one where I'm kind of introducing him to new songs. So this will be a bit of a reaction for Justin, because I picked a Disturbed song that, as far as I know, is not one of their hits, but it's one that every time I put on this album, I am in anticipation of this song coming on. And I really enjoy this song, and it reached out and grabbed me immediately. And I think when we play it, you might see why. Is just because it more than any song in recent memory, it starts by just being like, I'm gonna punch you in the face with this music, and it has a very aggressive, fast opening that I remember the first time I listened to it, I was just like, oh shit. And it just pulled me in, and for the entirety of the song, it never lets me go, and I'm in that mode, and I really like it.
So I'm excited to see something that Mason stands behind as a good example of one of their songs, because we were pretty harsh on that one, and we want to give them their fair due as a band, a popular band that made a big impact.
This is what more modern angry boy music is kind of supposed to sound like, in my opinion.
Cool.
So.
Okay, cool. And for those that are big fans of this band, send us more recommendations. I would love to do some newer Disturbed, maybe deep cuts off their newer stuff that I had that both of us maybe haven't heard.
Yeah.
Because like he said, he's not really in the know of new music. They might have whole albums he's never heard, and maybe there's some great stuff on there. So send it to us. We will definitely check it out.
Yeah.
All right. So with that,
I'm always down to listen to a little bit more Disturbed. I mean, come on.
He's down with the sickness.
Yeah,
all right. There we go. So had to get that pun in somewhere.
So like what I love, like the thing I really like about this song, the thing that immediately grabbed me is like I said, it just feels like to me they punch you in the face with that opening, and they do it well. That's what to me, fast, heavy, hard, aggressive, hitting you with the wall of sound. And one of the things I really like about Disturbed is his voice, is the way he sings, the way he's like, he's kind of screaming, he's kind of singing. You can mostly understand him, what he's saying. He's not just grunting into the microphone. And
I think what you said about the intro makes a lot of sense. Let's get back to that. I'm gonna go all the way back to the beginning.
Okay.
Guarding yourself from the love of another, left you with nothing to
right? Like
oh, you weren't lying.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
very, very different.
I think that's probably that part there is probably why this song continues to stick out in my mind. Is this is not just the intro. And like
Okay.
I don't know if they're putting an effect on his voice or if he can just naturally do that, but it's a pretty cool range to go from like, you know, that very beginning, he's almost screaming to like now, you know, and then this is when we were hate watching the one earlier, that's what's missing, right? Like, you know, his voice is magnetic. Like you want to hear more of it. And I think that it's one of the things that really makes this a good band that I really enjoy is his voice. Without him, it's a little,
Okay. So let's talk more about his clean voice after we listen to more of it.
Okay.
And I just want to pause and just say like, wow, this is so different.
Yeah.
So, breaking down the lyrics a little bit on this, and Mason, you've heard it a lot more than me, so tell me if I'm right. Just looking at it a little bit, the whole thing about guarded, you've been hurt so bad in the past, probably because of an unloved childhood. We know either he was faking in the song Down with the Sickness, or that was true life. He was an abused child. So if you're an abused child, that makes you suspicious of love. And it seems like what he's talking about here is that he's so guarded that he's afraid to try and give romantic love with a girl a chance. And first line of the song says, guarding yourself from the love of another left you with nothing tonight. So it's almost that concept of like he lost another girlfriend because he's too guarded, too afraid to let people in. And now he's alone and he realizes that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
In fact, it's so bad that it's leaving him haunted tonight. And so that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
That's a very vulnerable lyric for a band that I was trashing for being so macho.
Yeah.
You know, mechanically macho.
And
Droppin Plates.
So one of the reasons I do like Disturbed is that their lyrics, they do hit some of those deeper notes, right? Like I love how like his clean voice, it's almost, I would call it a haunting voice. And then it's accentuating the word haunted about like him being haunted at night about it and stuff. Like that's a really cool dichotomy. And then I love like how he transitions back into like his gritty, more what you're used to hearing Disturbed voice. And then they come to just based on like what I'm hearing how, and when we were talking about it just now, like that's definitely what what I'm hearing in the lyrics about, like the, closing yourself off. And then, I feel like, having done that as a younger person, nighttime is usually when you realize how alone you really are when you're very emotionally closed off. It's when the other people go to bed and you're up at 2:00 in the morning and there's only 4 other people awake in the city or whatever, and you don't know any of them, right? Like that's usually when it starts to hit you. There are definitely like a few times as I got older and was living by myself, like walking around an empty, dark house and just feeling very cut off from the world.
Cool. All right, let's jump back to it. That's a cool groove right here.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm ready to get in the mosh pit. I just like how they slow that down. I like that groove. It makes me want to move.
Yeah.
You know? Okay. That's dark shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely a little effect on his voice at that end.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know. It's like what I remember really not liking about them back in the days, I found him to be very cheesy and theatrical.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's the song or maybe I'm seeing it differently, but now I'm seeing a lot of human vulnerability behind particularly the cleaner vocals.
Yeah.
Whereas before I thought like when he did the cleaner vocals in other songs, I remember thinking like, oh, he's trying to sound spooky.
Yeah.
Like, but in this song, I'm hearing some true emotions, some vulnerability.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I enjoyed that a lot. I would go see the band that writes that song. I'd go see that.
Yeah.
One. That would be a good show.
To your point, like their earlier album, again, I can't remember if it was their first album, but the one with Down with the Sickness on it, he did the whole the wah like voice to it.
Yeah.
And he did it a lot.
Which is cheesy as hell.
But like after that album, they dropped that a lot. Like they do it, but very, very rarely, from what I recall.
Sure.
And I think that really helped them a lot because if you go back and you start listening to a lot of the lyrics in Down with the Sickness, like if you can just kind of tune out the wahs, the lyrics are just as deep, just as dark.
Right. So you think they intentionally dropped the gimmick per se?
I think
in
so.
Order
to
say that we're serious artists.
Well, I don't know if it was just, I think maybe not for those exact reasons, but I think they did drop it on purpose because it's very noticeable.
Fans love that.
Yeah.
Fans love that.
I mean, because it's very noticeable in Down with the Sickness.
Yes,
very much not noticeable in the albums that came after that, right? Like, I mean,
interesting.
Yeah. So I think it was
maybe some Disturbed fans, let us know in the comments, what is the reasoning behind dropping that? Was it an intentional move or just a natural progression for them?
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah. I mean, and that's something we've talked about with like some of the other ones that like, bands are people and they grow and evolve over time. So it might have also just been a natural progression for them,
Yeah. Sure.
So,
sure.
But yeah, I love that song. It's probably on, I think it's 10,000 Fists is the album. It's my favorite song. It's the one that always sticks out to me. It's the one that, like I said, I put that album on. I'm waiting for that. I'm like, all right, it's the second or third song. I'm like anticipating for it to come on because I like it so much. And
so
go ahead.
So the album with Down with the Sickness, Disturbed album Sickness, that came out in 2000. When did the album that this song is on?
So this is 10,000 Fists. I'd have to look it up, but I think it's like their next album. Oh no, there might be one in between. If I had to guess, I don't know. I'd have to.
10,000 Fists was 2004.
Yeah, and then so I think there's one.
Sorry. 10,000 Fists was released on September 20th, 2005.
Okay.
Debuted at number 1 on Billboard 200.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Because that was kind of like, nu metal was pretty much dead by that point.
Yeah.
And they were still rocking it.
Yeah, so they've managed to survive that. And I think that, like I think that their vocalist, their lead vocalist has got a pretty cool voice. He's got a cool range to it. It works really, really well with the metal version that they're going for. And I think he's the reason they've survived. Because if you really like the guitars and the drums are good and everything, but they're not memorable enough.
Fairly in tune with the rest of the genre.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah,
not
like
very distinctive.
not a lot of new metal bands that had a very similar sound survived. So I think if their vocalist didn't have what he had, they probably wouldn't quite make it.
If you were to come to me like, hey, the Stir is playing, and if you were to show me, that most of the songs are going to be in this, most of the songs would be this quality,
yeah.
I'd pay $50 to
Yeah,
listen to that with you. Hell yeah, I would. It would be a great show.
Yeah.
I'd have a great time. Okay, so with that, that's gonna wrap it up for this today's sessions. Thank you very much, and I guess you'll probably hear from us next week.
All
See
right.
ya. Bravo. I think we